Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
There comes a moment in all of our lives when we have to make a decision. Will we allow our circumstances to define us? Will we allow whatever is coming up in our lives to stop us in our tracks? Or will we say to ourselves, this is the beginning? Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio and The Unstoppable Life with Verna Haywood. Verna is our newest TV show host. She's joining us from the UK, and this is her pilot episode. I'm going to bring her out and then introduce her. Welcome to the program, your very first show here. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's so exciting.
We have been talking about this and planning it, and the day is finally here, and you look and sound so professional, and I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, in my wildest dream, did I think about this? Yes. So to be here now, doing this is, what can I say? Thank you.
I think it was destiny. We met for a reason.
Definitely. It was just something that happened. It wasn't planned or anything. I didn't even know about you. It's the first time I heard about you is when I did that first show with Ryan. And then I met you then. So to now be here with you is an amazing journey. And everything happened in the right time. It's always never to rush anything. It's always to allow it to happen. Because when we do, it is the right moment. It is the right time.
Absolutely. Verna, you are the founder of The Unstoppable Life. You're also an author, and you were here on our platform on the Corner Bookstore, I believe, with Red O'Loughlin talking about your book. And so I want to start off with this statement, which is life is not easy. And some people have more opportunities and challenges that come their way, and some people have less. And so we don't know what the reason is, but we do know that how we show up makes a difference. What were you thinking when you started The Unstoppable Life?
Oh, when I started, I didn't even know the name Unstoppable Life was ever something. I didn't see myself as unstoppable. It came up during the pandemic while I was going through a crisis. I think this was the first time I really mourned. I really grieved because everything that has happened to me that led up to that moment, I had never grieved. I just carried on with life because that's what they told you. Get on with it. What are you crying about? I remember my mom saying that to me when I lost my first child. What are you crying about? Just get on with it. Get on with life. Isn't it better the baby gone than you gone? And I'm like, how could you say something like that? So when my mom went missing and all sorts of things happened, and during the pandemic, I just started crying for the very first time. When I mean crying, real tears for an hour. And that's when I heard, you're unstoppable, your resilience. And I went on a podcast training, and the tutor asked me, "What's the name of your program?" I said, "Unstoppable Resilience." And she said, "Tell me your story." And so I told her my story. And then she said, "Now, your program, your business is the Unstoppable Life. You are strong and courageous. You have been through so much, and yet you're still here, you're still smiling." And that's how the name Unstoppable Life came, because she was teaching us how new movies, when they come out, how they choose the names of the movies. And she had us go through everybody. I think there was about 6 of us. Everybody went through saying what their program was, what their podcast was going to be named. And then she said, "No, yours is the Unstoppable Life with Verna Haywood. You can't keep a strong woman down." And yeah, and that's how the name came about.
Thank you for sharing that. I love that story. I want to go back to something that you just said. You were talking about the fact when you were crying and you were crying for an hour. Were you judging yourself at that moment?
No, I don't think I was judging myself. I think I was in a place that I was judging my mom. I was judging all the circumstances. She left me when I was 2 years old. I was abused when I was 2 years old, ended up in hospital. And from that moment on, um, yeah, I felt, well, why did she leave? Is it that she didn't care? Did she want me? Or I know she went, I thought she went to make a life so then later on she would come and get me. But that never happened. Yes, she sent me lovely clothes and jewelry and all of those things, but that wasn't love, you know. And the only time I heard "I loved you" was from my great grandaunt, because when I suffered abuse when I was 2 years old, I was then taken to her when I came out from hospital. And from that moment on, every day I woke up, it was she opened the Bible to the book of Judges and read to me that, so said to me, "Your name is Deborah." Deborah was a judge. Deborah was a prophetess. Deborah won the war, not Barak. You are strong and you are courageous. And she poured all that love into me that it carried me throughout my life. And I didn't know at the time. So when I was taken from her and taken back to the same place, which I found out only about 10 years ago or more, that the same place that I was taken from, where I was abused at 2 year old, I was then taken back there and my abuse started all over again. So I was a little bit annoyed about that. And then when I then went to live with her, I couldn't hug her, I couldn't kiss her. I tried to hug her and kiss her, and she said, "Oh, don't kiss me." A kiss betrayed Christ. And I was like, uh-uh. But she was a preacher. And I'm like, huh? But you hug, other strangers can hug you, other people can kiss you. Why can't I kiss you? So yeah, I was judging her, I was judging her attitude, how everything happened, what happened. And then I then began to understand that she went missing when I was 22, going on 23. And then I understood that her going missing was her giving her life up for me because of certain things that she probably got involved in. But she changed it from the ministry that she was doing. She went into a different type of ministry, and which I said to her when I found out that that was not appropriate, because Jesus has already died for us. He shed his blood on Calvary for us. What are you doing sacrificing animals and stuff like that? That's an Old Testament thing. Stop it. And she wouldn't listen. And everybody was like, "Well, when your mom died, you would have to take over." And I was like, "Hell no, no way. That it when she gone, it's gone with her. I'm no, that's not has nothing to do with me." So that's when I started realizing that she took the brunt for me. She gave her life for me. That's what parents do. Parents tend to gave their life for their children. And I think she came to her senses, but at a very late time. So I remember all the fondness. I remember all the things that she taught me. So instead of the hate and the abandonment and everything that I felt, all that just started stripping away. And I miss her smile. She had a beautiful, beautiful smile, dimples, and I used to think, I want to have that smile. I want to have that smile. But she was a beautiful person. She loved giving. She was a giver. She loved giving. She loved sharing. She did Thanksgiving, help, the homeless, and yeah. So I just breathed a sigh of relief and then look back. Most people don't like to look back because they think looking back is getting into the pain, but you have to look back to see the path that you have come from and where you will be going. If you're looking back with all that burdensome and everything else, so then you're going to stay in the past. Then you're going to have that heavy cloak on you. But everything fell off because it was genuine. It came from somewhere deep within me that I truly understood why my great grandaunt said, "You are strong and you are courageous." Why I was able to say, if nobody loved me, Jesus loves me. And it didn't matter what I go through, I will come through it because I went through quite a lot to be here now. And everything that I have gone through, I believe was preparing me for a time like this. And because I always said when I was a youngster that when I grow up, I want to help people. I want to see people heal. I want to see people whole. I want to see them in their homes, not in hospitals. And yeah, so I think I have the best time now than I did because I didn't want to know. In my mind, I locked the door and threw away the key, and I didn't want to find the key to open the door. I didn't. At one point, I wanted to, because I was abused, I wanted to abuse people. Men, that is, because they abused me. And then I found out that I wasn't going to abuse them, I was going to abuse myself. But I had a voice. I always have a voice that speaks to me, that gets me back on track. Because it says, train a child in the way it should grow, and when it grows old, it will not depart from it. So I guess the training my great grandaunt gave me until I was 5 never left me. I left it because I felt, well, where is this God that we're talking about? What is he doing? And so, yeah, but it never left me. It's just there.
What a powerful and touching story. Thank you for being brave and sharing with us. And by the way, you have a beautiful smile. I've told you that many times. So your smile just lights up your whole face. One thing that really stands out for me when you were sharing your story is when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Meaning we can't change people, but we think we can. We think if we do certain things, we will be able to change the outcome. But I don't believe that. I believe when someone shows you who they are, believe them, and then figure out how are you going to interact with them or not interact with them. So you made a choice and you're here today and you've learned so much and now you're helping other people. You're helping other people realize that because they may have been abused or they may have felt neglected or abandoned, that there is hope. There is the ability to take that someone else's story and actually move forward in a positive way, because we can't understand what someone else is going through. We don't know what your mother specifically was feeling or why her actions were the way that they were. We just know from what you shared how they impacted you. And so now you're taking them and looking at it in a very positive way, which I really applaud you for. That's very healthy. So you have also described that you are a person of faith, and faith has gotten you through some of the darkest of times. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, I mean, oh my goodness. It wasn't I think if you don't have faith, you don't have anything, because it says faith is the substance of things hoped for. You mentioned the word hope. Hope is a very powerful thing. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. It is also the evidence of things not seen. We want to see it. We want to see it to believe. We like doubting Thomas. We want to see it to believe it. So I always have this. Faith is the seasoning. You know, when we season the food and we leave it to marinate, and the taste, we can almost taste it before we cook it. So faith is the substance of things hoped for. You don't have to see it to believe that you have it. Hope for the evidence. Faith is the evidence of the things that you cannot see. So when you have faith, that faith has carried me through. Because when there was one day, for example, I was a church-going person. I still am a church person, but very different from what I learned in church, because I allow the Holy Spirit to embed in me. I seek wisdom, I seek knowledge, and I seek understanding. That's very important, so that I can lead people in the way that God wants, not me imposing myself on anyone, but what does the Spirit wants me to say. And so this particular day Sunday, I was going to church, but I was planning in my head what I was going to do. I was going to, as I said before, abuse men because they abused me. And I was planning all these things in my head. And as I stepped out the gate to go down the road to get a taxi, I just heard, if you do that, God is going to be upset with you. I look right and I look left and I'm thinking, huh? If you do that, God is going to be upset with you. But did he see what was happening to me? Where was he all the time? So I'm having this conversation with this being or person or whoever. And I'm just carrying on with what my plans are going to be. And then I heard, what makes you think you're better than the girl standing at the street corner? You're just doing it in hotels, so you're just a high-class prostitute. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't see it like that. I just knew I was going to abuse. I'm going to get the things that I want. We're running after things. We're not running after a life that will give us that eternity. So I was after things because things was done to me. And then I held my head, and when I realized what was happening, it was in the height of AIDS, when AIDS was happening. And I just thanked the Holy Spirit. It didn't matter to me, Dr. Jacalyn, that what anybody had to say. But what mattered to me most was that God was going to be upset with me. Because why? I heard, your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. So my body is sacred. My body is whole. And I need to treat it as such and respect it. And so my course was changed. The path I was going to go down, which was that broad, wide, and wide path, became very narrow. And I then started walking a different route. So for me, faith is something that is really profound, inspiring, and life-changing. If you don't have faith, okay, where is the hope going to come from? Where are you going to get the understanding to be able to look at the bigger picture? At that point in time, I did not know I was practicing at the same time positive intelligence until I met Shazad and I started using his positive intelligence. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have been doing this all this time. Sometimes we come across things and we're thinking, oh my gosh, something, because nothing is new. God uses other people, things that has gone before, and he still needs people to carry that through. So there will be a deposit that he will put in you And don't try to be someone else. Just be you, authentically you. And that's what I try to do. So if I'm in a group and what is happening in the group does not resonate with me, I pull myself away because it doesn't resonate with me. So I am not one to want to be like this one or that one or want to be liked. You have to like me for who I am. And I think that is the most powerful thing.
I believe what you have been describing so well is boundaries. You set boundaries for yourself. So you were on a mission to make people pay. It didn't even have to be a person, it was just men in general. And I really appreciate you sharing that, because I feel like even for myself and people across the world, when we're missing something in our life, we really believe that getting things, stuff is going to fill the void. And for me, it was always shoes and bags. I need more shoes and more bags and better shoes and better. And it doesn't do anything. You just look and go, why did I spend all that money? But we have this emptiness, or maybe we're on a mission to make people pay because we feel wronged. And in the end, the only one who really suffers is us. And I think that the lesson that you just shared is so profound, but it doesn't always click. We don't always see it. The light switch doesn't always go off. We could have people watching right now who are in the midst of this. How would they know?
I think the way you know, you have to stay quiet. You have to get within yourself. You cannot expect to do it outside of yourself because everything is within you. All the answers are within you. So don't try to look for it from the outside. It says, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So when you look on the inside and you really and truly be honest with yourself of what has been happening, and it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to question God. It might be the universe, whoever it is. It might be the moon, the sky, whoever your universe is, whoever you want to worship. Just ask the question and ask for the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding. And I guarantee you, if you sit with that for however long it is, you will start getting the answers. Nobody can fix it for you. You have to do the work. You have to make that decision that I no longer want to live like this. I no longer want to hold on to grudges. I no longer want to be in that pity party. Have that, pity party. Poor me, what's going on here? No. Come on. It's on the inside. So when you look within, and this is what reflect is about. So you reflect. There's that self-awareness. When you have that self-awareness of where you are, what is happening, what do you need to do to revitalize, and that comes in where your revitalization coming, because you need to cleanse. There's some things, there's some debris, there's some stuff that you need to get rid of. And then you start in the healing process starts to enter, and you begin to reveal certain things. And from that will come your transformation, your renewal, that renewal where you feel like, okay, I can now take that weight off and I can just move forward. And that's a beautiful thing, but you have to start within you. You can't start anywhere else. And there's no point looking at somebody else and thinking, oh, I wish I was like this person. I wish this, I wish that. Oh, yeah, you can have the wishing well, but until you decide to do something about it, you can wish as much as you like. Until you make that decision to do the work, I had to do it. I didn't have anybody to teach me, because as a little Black girl growing up in the 60s, now you know who I am, growing up in the 60s, when you say certain things, You don't want anybody to think you're going crazy because the sanatorium is not too far. They don't want to go there. So you keep everything on the inside of you. You have nobody to tell. In those days, nobody talked about resilience. Nobody talked about, if you had something to say, everybody would say, no, shut up. Just get on with it. So you learn to be quiet. And in that quiet time, you're suffering and lots of things are happening internally. So now you have got to sit and process it. And yes, some of you might be able to work through it on your own. Others won't be able to do that. So I believe when people like myself go through, remember, hear the word, go through certain things, go through life, go through brokenness, go through abandonment, go through maybe self-destruction. We go through it because there is a bigger picture. There's a bigger something for you to do, for me to do. And it's to go through it because I guess I am stronger. Because why? My great-grandaunt says, you are strong and courageous. So those words, the words we speak to ourselves, the words we say to ourselves, form who we are going to be. So the idea that I was strong and I was courageous, and those words was put into me as a child. I grew up hearing that, and it never departed from me. So I don't tell people my second name, Deborah, because they say Deborah, and I'm not Deborah. I am Deborah. I am strong and I am courageous. So when you understand the meaning of your name, and you understand the power that it carries, and you understand the depth, it's like my second name, my name, Verna, is spring green. I spring back, I bounce back. And everything in life, every time I go through something, I bounce back. Because why? There is something significant about that. There is a significance. And when you can understand that, you won't want to be anybody else. You want to be you, authentically you. So you have to look at it.
Bravo, well stated. Someone out there might be thinking to themselves, I'm afraid to find out who I really am. And once I find out who I am, what if no one who's in my life now wants to be with me? And that's a reason why people do not move forward. It's that underlying fear of what if.
Yeah. Fear is a robber. It robs you of everything. It robs you of your authenticity. It robs you that you have to be like someone else. I was prepared. One of the things that I found out about myself, and it's a gentleman that told me this, where I used to work when I was younger, I always, when after work, when everybody is in a group, you can't do it all these groups, everybody's in a group, I always walk by myself. When I'm in work, I'm with everything with everybody. When I'm going home, I'm going home. And I remember one of my colleagues said to me, "Oh, let's go have a drink." I'm not a drinker or anything like that. And she was like, "It's Friday, let's go." And I said, no. And then she said, "I will get you drunk one of these days." And I said, "No, you won't." And she said, "Yes, I will. Because we're born on the same day. We have the same birthday. We're born the, same month." I said, "Doesn't really matter. You can't and you won't." And she was insistent. And I just said, "You know what? It's never going to happen. So don't try to make it happen. It's never going to happen." And I decided one day that a bunch of girls in work was going to go to a blockorama. And I decided I would go to the blockorama with them. So I went to the Blocorama. Next thing you know, somebody got stabbed and got killed, and something happened, and I shared it with them, and the next thing it ended up at work. And I'm like, we were all out. It was a private thing. What was it doing at work? So in that moment, I made the decision that I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to go out anywhere with anyone for it to end up back at work. So I made that decision. Because if you have someone, and some of you, that might have happened to you, where you trusted someone and they betrayed you, and you're thinking, I don't want to step out anymore. I just want to stay where I am. I don't want to step out. Don't do that. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You have what it takes to step out in faith. You don't have to be fearful. You know why fear comes to stop you? Because fear sees the damage that you will do to it. And so it thinks, okay, I'll make her fearful. And your thoughts. It says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Not the head. But thoughts will come. And as you continue to dwell on those negative thoughts, what happens? You allow it to enter. Okay? You don't. You banish it. Yes, it will come. No doubt it will come, because it's there to prevent you from moving forward. It's there to stop you from moving forward. It's there to stop you from doing what you are called to do. Some of us are teachers, some of us are lawyers, some of us are bricklayers, some of us are roofers, because we need all those people in the world to do the necessary things that they need to do so that we can have shelter, that we can have a good doctor, that we can have a good nurse. You can't be fearful of stepping out. You have to decide, make the decision to take that cloak off, don't hide. Take that off and step out in faith. And if you need someone to really hold your hand and walk with you, I'm here. I'll walk with you. I won't do it for you though. You'll have to do it yourself, because I did mine. So I'll help you. I'll walk that journey with you so that you could be the person that you were meant to be. Hiding doesn't solve the problem. All you do is get into a dungeon and you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And then the darkness starts to engulf you. Remember, light is stronger than darkness. You will go through storm, no doubt. You'll go through storm. Just like we have storms in the physical world, there will be storm in the spiritual aspect. You will go through storm, but you will always get over it. The storm will pass. And yes, another storm will come. But what if, this is a question for you, what if the storm that you are going through is not meant to break you? But what if that storm is meant to strengthen you? Can you see that? It's meant to strengthen you, not break you. But why we think of breaking? Because we were taught. You probably heard, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, who are you to think that? Who do you think you are? You think you are so? Oh, yeah, I am. You have to be bold, even if you don't really feel it, even if it hasn't yet resonated and you don't believe it. But what? Faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word. So you have to keep saying the word. You have to keep repeating it. But if you keep repeating the negative words, then that's what's going to happen. How do you speak to yourself? What are you saying to yourself right at this moment?
Fear has no opportunity with you, for sure. And what a tremendous opportunity you've given people to reach out to you so that you can walk the journey with them. Verna, this pilot episode has been a tremendous success, and I just want to congratulate you. And you obviously have taken the training wheels off and will not need me any longer. Let people know what it is that you plan on discussing on your weekly show.
I want stories. I want to discuss stories because stories help someone to move from where they are. So whether you're a teacher, a preacher, a nurse, a doctor, anyone with a story that can help to build someone up, that can help someone listening can develop strength, that can develop that courage to go forth. I want to hear from you. You can sign up. You can fill out the form. You can go on my website, which is verna-haywood.com. And there will be a form there where you can fill that form out and you can become a guest on my show. It's important for us to tell our stories. And when we tell our stories, it helps another person move forward. So I'm here all I want to do is to share that positivity, and I will share, other aspects as well. So don't hesitate to look into it. Don't hesitate and think, well, my story is not good enough. Everybody's story matters. Everybody have a story. You have a story. I have a story. And not just one story, you have stories. Now, what you heard me talk about, I'm sure you heard a lot of different stories within that few minutes that Dr. Jacalyn and I have been speaking. Yeah, so you can do that. You can do that. And also, I have a book, The Unstoppable Life. Yeah, Unstoppable Resilience, Heal, Rise, and Renew. So you can get my book on Amazon. And you can go to it. I also have a workbook and a journal. So if you want to do the program on your own, the course on your own, you can do that. If you want to call me and discuss something with me and have a one-to-one, we can do that. So whichever way, and I have my course will be coming out soon. So you have that. I will have that. And I also plan on doing workshops. So you can attend my workshop no matter where you are in the world because it will be online. So you can attend my workshops and you can learn more about Reflect, Revitalise, and Renew and how you can do that. So anybody with a story, you are welcome.
Thank you so much for this outstanding pilot episode. And for those who are wondering when you will be back, your show is the same time, which is Mondays at Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. and British Summer Time, it is 4 p.m. Also, please consider subscribing to both of our YouTube channels. We have different audiences on both, USA Global TV and Radio and Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Over to you, Verna, for closing us out today. Final words.
Final words. I want to thank you, Dr. Jacalyn, for seeing something in me and seeing that I am capable of doing this. 12 years ago, I heard the word at the dining table, start your own show. And I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it meant. And so I did nothing about it. And 4 years ago, 2018, 4 years later, it came back, start your own show. I compared myself to other people that I love looking at. And comparison is a killer. Don't compare. You have your own essence, and you need to use your essence, not somebody else's essence. And so I am very grateful for you seeing that in me and giving me the opportunity to be on USA Global TV and radio, to share what has been given to me to help others live a life of fullness. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you very much for seeing something in me as well. So Verna, congratulations again. We look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place.
Thank you.
I want to leave you with this. I most likely will not be back in this space on this show. Why? Because Verna does not need me. My role is to train people and get them off onto their own, which she has already established she is more than capable of doing. What I want to share with you is this. Opportunities come our way, and sometimes we don't even see it. We are so focused and pigeonholed on what it is that we're doing, and someone's opening a door or opening a window. Walk through it and see where it takes you. That's what happened with Verna and with myself. We were brought together by fate, by God, by the universe, so that we could be here today to help other people. So I hope that you're shining your light and you are living your unstoppable life, because the only one who can do it is you. My mother used to say to me, "Oh, I wish I had a magic wand." And I'd be like, "Mom, we all wish that, but there is no magic wand." It's a nice thought, but we have to actually do the work. So wherever you are, please walk into your light to be the best version of yourself with compassion and empathy and helping other people. And so as we close out today, if you feel like you are stopped in your own tracks, I want you to take a look at this brand new movie trailer that we just put together for my new book, which is about this same subject. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe, and we'll be back with our next show.
Every day, we wake up knowing what we should do. We know we should take better care of ourselves. We know we should have the difficult conversation. We know we should stop making excuses. We know we should invest in our future. We also know we should take the first step. So why don't we? It's not because we aren't smart enough. It's not because we don't have enough information. And it's certainly not because we don't care. We live in a world overflowing with knowledge. Books, podcasts, videos, courses, experts, even artificial intelligence. We have more access to information than any generation before us. Yet so many of us are still waiting for the right time, waiting to feel ready, waiting until tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week becomes next year, and before you know it, another opportunity has passed us by. The truth is, knowing has never been the finish line. It's only the starting line. Our lives don't change because we know more. Our businesses don't grow because we know more. Our relationships don't improve because we know more. And our health doesn't transform because we know more. Everything changes when we act. When we choose courage over comfort, progress over perfection, action over intention. The question isn't, what else do we need to know? The question is, what are we going to do with what we already know? Stop. Why Knowing Isn't Enough by Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Because knowing opens the door. Action changes your life. Available September 2026.
People are searching for experts every day. Are they finding you, or are they finding someone else? Every day, professionals are building authority through media. We've already built the platform. USA Global TV and Radio. Over 14,000 shows streamed to over 60 countries. This isn't about becoming famous. It's about leverage, visibility, credibility, opportunity. One interview, one conversation, one show, repurposed into content, connection, and business growth. Most people assume hosting a TV show requires a studio, a production team, and a massive budget. Our television packages begin at $1,500 US per month. Professional production, global distribution, replay visibility, built for voices with something to say. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and if this resonates with you, we should talk. USA Global TV and Radio, all rights reserved. Contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.